What's happening, everybody? MG here, MG Covers, coming to you live September 5th, 2020. We have college football starting up in about 30 minutes. Is that not crazy? We've had a few games trickle in the last couple days, last week. But this is kind of like the last sort of pre-college football season. And then we have a full slate of games next week. So we have about 6 games we're going to look at. We're going to handicap these games. And what we're going to do handicapping these games, we're not going to use any statistical data. We're just going to look at line movement, where the public is going, give you some insight there. Full disclosure, I'm not playing any of these games, but we're going to see how well we can do, or I can do, just based on line movement, where the public is going, where the public is not going, et cetera, and we'll see how well we do. So we're going to go ahead and give you some advice on these lines. Again, full disclosure, not playing these games, but we're going to throw some picks out there just to see how well we can do just based on line movement. So before we do that, don't forget, follow me on social media outlets, MGCovers on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's cover spelled with a Z. The actual website is MGCovers spelled with an S.com. If you haven't liked this channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And that's it. So let's dive right into it. First set of games we're going to look at here. Let me blow this up. Yep, we can see that. Okay, cool. The resource I have right here, this is from sportsbookreview.com. Very good resource. I've done a lot of free videos. A lot of videos talking about the site. It's free, and you get a lot of valuable information you don't have to pay for. So let's take a look at this first matchup. Eastern Kentucky, Marshall. Marshall is the home team. Eastern Kentucky on the road. You can see there 49% of the wagers are on Eastern Kentucky. 51% of the wagers are on Marshall. Now what that means, that's actual tickets. That's the number of bets. That doesn't include money, but it just gives you an idea of where things are as far as public, non-public teams. So this game is fairly split even. Okay, now when that happens, so where would the value be? Well, the value would be with the dog, obviously. Why? Because we're getting 23.5 points there. Okay, and one other thing to note, when you look at that line movement up at the top, see where it says opener 24.5, and I've told you guys this before. What makes a line move? Is it the number of wagers, or is it money? Money makes the line move. It's not the number of wagers. You could have 100 wagers on Marshall for $100, but let's say you had 10 wagers on Eastern Kentucky, each for $10,000. Okay, so that would make the line movement wherever there's more money. So if you can look there where it says opener 20 plus 24.5, that line's actually gone down to 23. All right, so what that means is we get a little bit of reverse line movement. That means the tickets are split, but the majority of money is, I say the majority of money, there's more money on Eastern Kentucky than there is on Marshall. So that would be our first free play, would be Eastern Kentucky. Let's take the points here, plus 23. And it looks like that line's sort of jumped back up to 23.5. I'm looking at it live. I just screenshot these images maybe 15 minutes ago. But we'll still take Eastern Kentucky plus 23. All right, Middle Tennessee and Army. Again, we're not using any statistical data, just based on line movement. You have Army's at home. We're going to run the football. We know that. Going to control the clock. Middle Tennessee State as a away team, they're getting 45% of the wagers. Army's getting 55%. So immediately we know Army is the public team. So we don't play public teams. Why, you ask? Because the public loses the majority of the time. We want to stay on the winning side. So if we fade the public 100% of the time, we'll have that statistical advantage. All right, so this opened at +4, Middle Tennessee, and now the line movement is down to +3.5. Same deal. A little bit of reverse line movement on the Middle Tennessee side, so that favors, and we're fading the public. So our second free play is going to be Middle Tennessee +3.5. Next game, we go Southern Methodist against Texas State. Texas State is at home. Southern Methodist, very heavy public team, getting 65% of the tickets, 35% on Texas State. So obviously we're not playing Southern Methodist, and you're going to have to lay Whew, a lot of points here, 24.5. I have a college football video that's coming out. If you are a client, coaching client, or you are a member of our VIP package, you're going to be able to get my entire system for college football. And one of the rules that I have is we don't lay points over 20 in college football. A lot of things can happen, especially when you have a heavy favorite. Team gets up late. They'll pull the reserves out. So any line where we have to lay more than 20 points, we're not going to play that game. So far we have Eastern Kentucky plus 23 and Middle Tennessee plus 3.5. So that's the first three games. Let's pull up this. Let's pull up the second set of games here. Okay, Houston Baptist, North Texas State. North Texas is a home team, getting 47% of the tickets. Houston Baptist, 54%. And you can see there that line movement. You got a lot of money coming in on Houston Baptist. The line's 27, and it's moved all the way down to 23. So that means a lot of money's going on Houston Baptist. They're a heavy favorite. So this game would be a no play. Even though North Texas is a non-public team, we still wouldn't lay more than 20 points per our rule. All right, next matchup, Arkansas State, Memphis. Arkansas State, 56% of the wagers. Memphis, 44%. Memphis, that line has moved a lot. If you look at the opener there, minus 14.5, gone all the way up to 18. So that's right at the bubble of the rule that we would, where we would or would not play a team. Lot of reverse line movement here. The reason being is you're only getting 44% of the tickets. So more tickets on Arkansas State, but yet the line movement has gone in favor of Memphis, meaning it's 14.5, and now it's gone all the way up to 18. Another reason I would not play this game is something called closing value. I'll cover that a little bit later, which means closing value, you want to have good closing value. So if we would have played this game at the beginning when the line opened, we would have gotten it for 14.5. Now when we play it, we're having to give up 4 points, and then we're having to lay 18. So we don't have good closing value there. So that game would be a pass. All right, and finally the last one, Stephen F. Austin going up against Texas El Paso. Texas El Paso is the home team, getting 34% of the wagers. Stephen Austin, 67%. And you can see we do have some line movement there. It opened up at plus 8.5. Now it's gone down to plus 6. So that favors Stephen Austin there. Even though Texas El Paso is a fade team, fading the public there at minus 6. Is that minus 6? Yeah, it's actually gone down to 5 now. So you're getting a lot of action coming in on Stephen Austin. So we'll pass on that game as well. So sort of review, backing up, we're going to play Eastern Kentucky, and we're going to play Middle Tennessee. Is that it? Yep, and that's it. So we'll play those two games, see what happens, see how well we do. Again, full disclosure, not personally playing these games, just doing this as sort of a handicapping lesson and experiment. We're basing all of our handicapping on just the line movement. Don't recommend doing that, but obviously we don't have any stats to fall back on in college football yet. So anyway, hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight, some help, and we'll see how we do later in the day. So with that out of the way, if you want to become a client, we have a coaching program. It's $29.95 a month. You get access to all of my power rankings for all sports, which means you're able to see my lines for the games, compare those against the sportsbook lines. You also get access to all of my coaching videos that are not on YouTube, that are only available to clients. That's $29.95 a month. And if you would like to get all my picks for all sports, that's $49.95 per month. That includes all my picks for all sports. In addition to that, you get everything in the coaching program. And then finally, our sale we're running right now. It's our VIP membership. It's normally $249. There's a coupon code in the link in the description box. You can get $49 off, and that comes to $199. What is the VIP membership? That's everything on my site. That includes all my plays for all sports, all power rankings for all sports, all coaching videos, $199 for the entire year. So it's a very good way to do it. I've often said I don't sell daily packages. It's just a good way where you can get in. You can be a client for a full year. You can learn a lot about this business, how to handicap, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a ton of value there. So you're only, taking $200 of your money, and the rest you can use as far as investing into sports betting. So that's that special. Hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully it helps. Let's see if we can get a win out of Eastern Kentucky and Middle Tennessee, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.